So good morning again. And this is Deepak, back with you after a small break. And welcome to Empowering Morning Conversations, session number 378. So how are you all this morning? Now, that's not just a rhetorical question. I'd like to hear from you. How are you this morning? How's life? What's going on?
I am awesome and chirpy.
Wow, awesome and chirpy. Reddy Garu?
Sir, I'm not active because I didn't sleep much last night.
So you're feeling lethargic and sleepy.
Yes, sir.
How are you? Who else?
I'm fresh and now I've adopted to sleep for less hours.
Okay, like Shakti.
Yeah. Morning, when I woke up, I was not feeling good. I was so tired and something is missing, that kind of feel. Even I did Access Mantra. Then just before the session, I did energy pulling. So I was feeling so good and refreshed.
Okay, so here is a tip for all of you. If you're feeling anything like that, just keep your bare foot on the ground. Put your bare foot on the ground and just say, restore my communion with earth energy. Restore my communion with earth energy. You can try it out right now if you want. Restore my communion with earth energy. So if you're walking in the park,
my communion with earth energy.
Earth energy. Oh, welcome, Mr. Gandhi.
Hello, good morning.
Good to see somebody from Sector 50 in Noida. So we have two Noida people, Abhinav Mathur and Prem Gandhi. Good, welcome. Today you are actually coming for the second time, I think, if I'm not mistaken.
Yeah.
Wonderful, thank you.
Yesterday I attended the class, but
yesterday I was not there.
Yes.
Good to see you. All right, who else? Nidhi, how are you this morning? And Arvind and Rama and Jigar, Nandakumar, Doctor, good to see you too after a long time.
Yes, sir. Good morning, sir.
Good morning. All right. So do you have any questions to ask about anything that we've been covering over the last week or so? Any clarification you want or anything you'd like to share with us about what is going on in your life? Okay. Now, you must be wondering, why does Sukhdeepak ask this question? I ask you this question because, when you're living your life and you're being more aware, okay, then you start noticing many things which you don't otherwise notice. So many things which are happening, you don't notice them because life is too fast. It starts in the morning, you get into your routine activities, okay? And you react and you respond in your, usual manner. So you know that you got up in the morning and you got ready in a rush and you went to work and then you came home and then you may have felt tired. Okay, then you have no time for the family or God knows what you do. But the routine of your life, I always say life is like a machine. You jump into it when you wake up in the morning and it takes over. So have you noticed that how life takes over, your business takes over, other people take over, right? So each and every moment of our day, which we can be fully experiencing, we are not. So where are we? I mean, ख्यालों की दुनिया में, or like automation, now there is a lot of robotics happening, Robots are just doing what they do mechanically. So are we like robots? Or robos, as some people call them? We are not. Now somebody's mic is unmuted. Please mute it unless you wish to speak. Okay, so we want to make sure that you don't get into your robotic mode, right? So we need to start on a creative note. Now, what is that state of being that you like? Do you like to be dull? Do you like to be glum? Do you like a state where somebody asks you, how are you? You say, "Ha, theek hai." Do you like that? Or do you want to experience real joy, ease and, glory and, every minute? Do you want to feel that, sense of euphoria without taking any drinks? Yeah. So there is you got inside you an instant mood generator. Like some people say, sir, I'm not in the mood. You notice that how moods are so much taking over our life. Mera mood acha nahi hai. I am not in the mood. I am not feeling very motivated today. ठीक था. The day started off very well, but then, I went for the breakfast and I saw my wife. फिर मेरा mood खराब हो गया. All sorts of things. You get it? They seem to be depending on, right? And then say, ऐसा क्यों हो गया? उनको देख के मूड क्यों खराब हो गया? He'll say, नहीं वो ऐसे मुझे देखा उसने उसकी critical नजरों से. Sometimes, bosses do that. They look at you and you'll say, he looked at me so critically that I got upset. So I said, what is the expression that he had that you're saying he looked at me critically? मैंने कहा करके दिखाओ उसने क्या किया. Sometimes we look at some people's expression. Right now, recently, somebody met my second son at a party where he was playing. Some 200-300 people was there. So I got a call to say, okay, wow, met your son. He's such a commanding personality. No, he's so, some word she used, authoritative. So I told my son, he got upset. Authoritative? So I asked that lady again, what did you mean exactly, authoritative? Oh, she said, I mean, he's oozing confidence. He's so confident. He's such a commanding personality. Are you getting it? She said it in the best of the ways, right? But he got a little upset. What do you mean? Aisa. Now people do that with people's expression also. किसी के चेहरे पे expression होगा a particular way and you'll say, देखा? जब देखो मुझे down करते रहते. So I told that person, I said, can you show me what expression your boss was having? So she said, she did this. See what I'm saying, doing. So I said, but you said your boss had critical expression on his face. She said, I said, show me that expression na jisko tum critical bol rahi ho. So she said, now you tell me, it's a very neutral expression, isn't it? Now this looks like a critical expression. See my face. I'm making same face which she made. Does it look critical? From which side it looks critical? So I said, it does not look critical to me. Sir, aapko pata nahi hai. You don't know. This is how he looks when he is critical. So I was thinking now this lady has done some PhD that what expression means what, right? Somebody has not told anything only. They're just quietly just looking at them, I'll tell you another example. There was one managing director of a company and he used to always tell me, big company, like 2000 crore company, right? So guys telling me, well, bhai saab, I've got open door policy, but none of my HOD comes into my cabin. So I've told them, whenever you want, you just walk in. So I asked one or two of his HODs, very senior people, they were also vice president and president like that. I said, why don't you go to Mr. So-and-so's cabin? No, we go when he calls us. जब बुलाते हैं तब हम जाते हैं. I said, but why you don't go? Sir, the way he looks at you when you walk in, I said, how does he look at you? Okay. So I told him, Bhaiya, this is what they're saying, कि आप उनको, oh, अच्छा, I look so serious. Actually, that is my welcoming look. Are you getting it? For him, it's a welcoming look. How? They're saying the way he looks at us, कि अभी हमको खा जाएगा, he's going to eat us up. So what are these people doing? There is a name for this. Somebody is doing something, right? And we are doing something with it. We are giving our own meaning to it. Somebody is doing something, somebody is saying something, and we are giving our own meaning to it. Abhinav will know the word. रटा हुआ होगा उसको word. फिर भी वो करता रहता है बेचारा. Hello Abhinav.
Already always listening.
अरे यार तुमने क्या एक forum कर लिया already always listening.
No.
Yeah, that is a part of it. But you're already always listening gives rise to something called Shakti. What's the word for it? I know the word. Interpretation. See, why is it that one person's actions and words makes you, interpret in a certain way? Because you got an already always listening about him. Yeah. So simple English word for that is that you made up a perception about that person. You got it? But very good, Hasina ji, after all these years, you remember. You got a very good memory.
Thank you.
So interpretation. So here's my suggestion to everybody. You start noticing how much interpreting we do. Now, I'm not saying that interpreting is bad. Okay? I'm not saying interpreting is bad. Interpreting is good. I'm not saying that. But I want you to notice one thing. Your reaction or your resistance or your response, it all depends on what you are interpreting. Are you getting it? Now, there are certain interpretations you have. Whose interpretations are these? Your own interpretations, correct? Now, have you noticed that some interpretations will make you happy? Okay, so can anybody give me an example of somebody did something or said something and you had an interpretation about it and it made you feel happy?
Sir, could you please repeat the question?
Give an example. I was saying, Pooja, that, there are sometimes some interpretations you have, you feel very happy. Okay?
Yeah.
And sometimes you have some other interpretation that makes you pretty upset, even angry. So I'm asking you to give an example of an interpretation that you had. Somebody did something and you interpreted it in a certain way and you felt very happy. Give me an example of that. Let Pooja answer, then we will ask you, Sagar. Pooja ji, are you
So
here?
when I used to study late night, so my father coming near to me and he was just patting me on the back.
That's all he did, right?
Yeah. And I felt that he felt proud that his daughter is really working hard for studies.
That interpretation made you happy, right?
Yeah.
Now, somebody could have done the same thing, or even your father could have done the same thing, and you could have interpreted it negatively also, no? You could have, but you didn't.
Yeah.
So tell me, what negative interpretation can you have that will make you get upset?
like you were telling about look. So few people.
इसको आपको जो थपथपी दी थी इन्होंने,
Mhm.
उसके बारे में if somebody had a negative interpretation, what would they say?
सर मैंने ये सेम जो थपथपी उन्होंने बैक पे दी, यदि मैं किसी रोडवेज बस में कर रही हूँ और कोई अननोन पर्सन आके मुझे वही थपथपी दे और जबरदस्ती सटने की कोशिश कर रहा है, तो मेरा इंटरप्रिटेशन बहुत ही गलत हो जाएगा।
अच्छा, मैं अब ये वो भी नहीं बोल रहा, I'm not saying that you're in a bus or something. I'm saying your dad come and did this.
Yeah.
You could have another interpretation also, na?
Yeah.
He doesn't trust me. He has come to see whether I'm sleeping or studying. I know
Yes.
one person who got this interpretation and she got very upset about it. कि डैडी ना रात को आके चेक करते हैं कि मैं पढ़ रही हूँ कि नहीं. Am I studying or not? So I said, but what did he do? Did he say anything? She said, no. What did he do? No, he came and tapped me on my back, just to see if I'm awake or not. And वो बेचारा उनको थपथपी दे रहा था. He was trying to, say, wow, you are studying hard. So, good example. Thank you, Pooja. Sagar, let's hear from you. Sagar, are you there? So this is another phenomenon which we are seeing. Sagar, you want to speak? When others are speaking, you go away. Huh? Hello.
Yes, sir. I want to say.
पहले ये बताओ मुझे, when दूसरे लोग बात कर रहे होते आप छोड़ के चले जाते हो, सुनना बंद कर देते हो?
Net.
Did you see another example of interpretation? Okay.
Yes.
Did you see that?
Yes, sir.
He was not there for a moment and I interpreted it as, I could have interpreted another way also, no? Are you getting it? So I did it deliberately to show you कि हम लोग interpret कैसे करते हैं. What is the Hindi word for interpret, Abhinav? Priya might be knowing. Priya is also busy with her kitchen work. Sakshi ji, what's the Hindi word for interpret?
I think so, अनुमान लगाना.
No, that is guess.
अच्छा.
तात्पर्य का मतलब क्या होता है?
सर अभिप्राय भी कह सकते हैं, अभिप्राय.
हाँ, कुलदीप जी is right. अभिप्राय. You are prying now, not afterwards.
Dictionary is saying it's व्याख्या, अर्थ, विवेचन.
तो फिर आप बताइए, what is the meaning of, in Hindi, what will you say for interpretation? Now everybody started thinking, na? Otherwise, yeah, we know interpretation. Hello. Yeah, Sagar, what were you wanting to say?
For me, if I have to give the example of interpretations, or last time, I was dating one girl, and I didn't meet her for like 5 months or 6 months. I was in a relationship with her some time ago, and one time I called her and her boyfriend picked the phone and he was very angry with me, and I said mistakenly I have called her and I just phone call ended. So there I interpret her so much,
What did you interpret?
I interpret now she went from my life, breakup or something. Now we won't have that kind of a relationship. Previously I used to have.
That was listen,
no
that's
more.
an example of, listen, Sagar.
Yeah. Yes, sir.
An example of what you said afterwards about the whole episode. That's also okay. But I'm asking for a very simple one. If you look at why you broke up with her in the first place, you may find out that there was an interpretation which was the culprit.
Yes, sir. For sure, there was interpretation, but it was a real interpretation, sir. I have to
Oh,
interpret.
yeah, real interpretation. Wow, wow, wow. How the interpretation is an interpretation. There's no real interpretation or wrong interpretation. You get it? See, even
Yes,
if you recognize that it is only an interpretation. जब हम अपने interpretation को सच का दर्जा देते हैं, that's when the problem begins. You know, when you start believing that your interpretation is the truth, that's when the problem begins. Anyway, we'll come to that. My question is very simple. So we have certain things which we interpret positively. For example, Pooja said, if somebody smiles at her who's well known to her and all that, she will interpret, wow, my friend is smiling at me. But if some strange person gives her a smile, she'll have a totally different interpretation about it, okay? She'll say, nahi sir, I know the niyat of this person. I know the intentions of this person. We don't know really. So what I want you to do is that in all your relationships, see, most of our problems happen where in relationships, isn't it?
yes,
So
sir.
you check in your relationships, and you can mute yourself now, Sagar. You check in your relationships that whatever is happening, what interpretation, you're like, for example, you say somebody is always finding out my faults. Okay? Does that make you happy? So what's the interpretation that you will have which is not making you happy? What is the interpretation that you have which is making you unhappy? Somebody is pointing out your fault, you are feeling unhappy. Got it? Reddy-garu, I think I saw you shaking your head.
Sir, you are once other man's opinion is not matching with you, you will not be happy, sir.
No, that's not what I'm asking. I'm asking you what interpretation you are having that is making you unhappy. Somebody is again and again pointing out your mistakes. Okay?
Yes, sir.
Doesn't make you happy, no?
Yes, definitely.
Exactly. So what is your interpretation you are having in your mind about it?
He's always finding fault with me.
Yeah. So what does it mean that he's finding fault with you? What does it mean that somebody is finding fault with you? See, you're making it mean something, no?
He's trying to help you, sir.
No. If you think like that, you will feel very happy, no? If you think that he's trying to help you, you will be feeling very happy, no?
True.
So when you are feeling unhappy, what are you thinking?
He's trying to correct me.
That makes you unhappy.
Yes.
So if somebody is saying to correct you, why would it make you unhappy?
Because I feel that I'm right always.
So if somebody points out that you're wrong, that makes you unhappy?
Definitely.
Yeah, okay. Definitely. I mean, you're saying it with so much conviction. But have you ever considered a possibility, Reddy-garu, that you may be right from where you look at things?
Yes, sir.
And he may be right in pointing out something because he's the one who's seeing. You are not seeing yourself, no?
Yes. Yeah.
So if you say that, hello, this is a very interesting point of view that he's saying, let me consider it and see how can I make use of this. See, you can interpret it by saying, all right, here, man, somebody is taking the trouble to tell me something.
Yeah.
Somebody is taking the kashta to tell me, True. I mean, why should he? Somebody who tells you, the first interpretation can be that this person cares for me, that is why he's telling me.
True.
Or you may have some other wrong interpretation, that this person hates me, this person is trying to put me down, this fellow is trying to make me ashamed of myself. If you think like that, then you will get upset, right?
True.
Now, there is no truth about an interpretation, right?
Yes.
Who's giving interpretation? You. Whose point of view it is? Yours.
Yes.
Okay?
Yes, sir.
Now I say that you have a choice. You can choose an interpretation which upsets you, makes you feel negative, or you choose. After all, only you are saying, no, in your head. You have a choice what to say. So just now you said, no, oh, he's only trying to help me.
Yeah.
Then you will not feel upset. No?
Yeah.
Beautiful. So this is what I want us to start noticing, how automatically we will interpret, how automatically we will have a point of view about something. Get it? Yes, Abhinav, please go ahead. Abhinav, then Shakti, and one more person had raised the hand.
Your earlier question, what is the Hindi of interpretation? There is no close word. When I just checked Google, and I was pretty good with Hindi in my school days. I think the closest word to interpretation is Nishkarsh.
Yeah, sounds good. But there is another word.
Yeah.
What is the meaning of the word Tatparya then?
Yeah, it's also very close. Tatparya.
Nishkarsh and Tatparya are close.
Yeah,
All right.
Nishkarsh or Tatparya. Yeah.
All right, good. Thank you very much. You want to say something about negative interpretations that we might have?
You know, yeah. I've been flowing in negative interpretations. जब भी वो वाला mood होता है, एक certain mood होता है जब things are are into negative. I just got. I'm glad that the lady Hasina ji says always listening. I got present to my landmark days, and and I was present to कि क्या interpretation ही पूरी life ही पूरी interpretation ही है.
हाँ, so हम कौन सी choose करें?
हाँ, वो हमारे हाथ में है. वो हमारे हाथ में अगर है क्या choose करें फिर तो life is great. So I can then interpret everything in my favor.
Yeah, at least it can make you feel good, or you can say, what's an opportunity for me?
And I deal with interpretation every day because when I don't get a seat in the metro, there's a people don't give me seat, then I get into interpretation. साले तू बुढ़ा होगा ना, जब तू 55 साल का होगा तो ये डायबिटीज होगी, तो पता चलेगा खड़े होने पैरों में कितना दर्द होगा. Get all kinds of interpretations.
Great, Abhinav, thank you very much. See, the important thing is to notice that we are always interpreting, right? And we also are always quite sure that my interpretation is the correct one. Okay? My point is, why would I be holding on? It's like a hot coal, you're holding on to it for what? Why would I hold on to an interpretation which is not allowing possibility to happen, which is making me feel low, spoils my mood, spoils my relationship? Why would I want to believe that, But we do that, and we are very righteous about it. That I'm right. No, I know this fellow for so many years, he's like that only. So what is the interest in proving to yourself that that person is like that only, and then feeling upset also about it? Yes, Shakti ji.
For me, it's like that judgments I'm holding about that person or about that situation, it's so hard for me to change, sir. That's why the interpretation, changing the interpretation in the good way, it's not easy for me because I'm holding the judgments.
Both these things which you are saying, how much conviction is there in what you're saying? You believe it? No, very hard for me. Not possible to give up. If you hold on to this point of view, you know what we do with our point of views? This is a point of view, correct? Listen carefully, Shiva, Reddy Garu and everybody. We will defend our point of view, right? We want to make it right, defend.
Yes.
Or we want to avoid the point of view. We don't want to look into it only. Now, if all of life is an interpretation, if every moment of your time, there is a point of view that you have, right? So if you're going to waste your time in defending or avoiding your point of view, how much life is left then?
Yes.
And you very rightly said, below that is always judgment, no? Why are we defending our point of view? It is my point of view only. No? Why do I feel the need to defend it? For what?
To get that self-satisfaction. I'm right. I'm looking in different perspective. I'm above, that kind of.
Why would you, yeah, and why would you want to be feeling that I am right? I mean, what do you get out of it? Everybody does it, by the way. They want to be right all the time.
Yes.
Right and wrong, good and bad. Drama going on all the time. Comparing, that was better. This is not so good. That is the right way to behave. This is not the right way to behave. Blah, 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 blah. See, think about it. Why are we wanting to be right? Remember brain number 2 and brain number 1 automatically wants to defend your point of view, wants you to defend your opinions and everything. What for what? For your survival. It thinks that by being right, I'm going to survive. See, all these judgments and interpretation, you're doing it because you think that it helps you to survive in this world. See, as long, tell me one thing. We all know about the 5 elements of an intimate relationship, correct?
Yes.
Honor, trust, allowance, gratitude.
Gratitude, vulnerability.
Correct?
Yes.
If you are busy defending your point of view, against whom are you defending? Some people only, no?
Yes.
And the people, if when you are defending, can you be vulnerable?
No.
Yeah, so this Pooja has put a very interesting write-up on your EMC group. Right, read it. It's about vulnerability.
Yeah,
Very,
yesterday she shared.
yeah. So you'll get it. We are, if you are busy defending or avoiding, see, we want to avoid some people's point of view also, isn't it? Like when you say, I don't want to. Sometimes you might have noticed that somebody starts saying something, you stop listening. And you know now what they're going to say, so you stop listening because you don't want to listen to their point of view.
Yes,
So
sir.
you're avoiding that point of view. So that when in our life we are blocking, defending or avoiding, it is blocking. Is it allowing the free flow of energy into our life? No.
No.
Right? So what are we also blocking? Closeness in a relationship. Now we have this points of view about everything, even business, even about money we have, you know.
Yes.
So this is for everybody, start thinking. I mean, what are we defending? What is the purpose of that defense? I mean, if you are right, let's say that you are not right. I mean, can you see right, wrong, right, wrong, right, wrong, right, wrong, right, wrong, right, wrong? That's the game we are playing all the time. Who's right, who's wrong, who's right, who's wrong. So when you have a point of view, that's it. This is my point of view. That's his point of view. He's right from where he stands or she stands. I'm right from where I stand. If I want to be right, that is. Or I am very clear. Allowance means what? See, if you're an allowance, then can you have this who's right and who's wrong?
No.
Okay. If you are not judging, you'll be in allowance. If you are in allowance, why would you feel the need to defend your point of view? Why would you feel the need to, kind of avoid some people's point of view? For what? It's just a point of view. If somebody comes and gives you a chocolate, you want to avoid that. You'll say it's just a chocolate, no?
Yes.
Right? But if somebody comes and gives you a gold bangle, then you'll say, no, why such an expensive bangle? Why this person is giving it to me? What does he want in return? Blah, 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 blah. But it's just a bangle. That fellow's got extra gold. He doesn't know what to do with it. He's giving it to you. Take it. No. So, but then, You notice there'll be a point of view that, but then there's always an expectation. Nobody gives anything for free. How many people are coming to EMC and saying, why is Sukhdeepak doing for free? There must be something behind it. You see the ramifications of it, where all it extends to our life. And I brought up this topic of interpretations because interpretations are what? I mean, why are we choosing interpretations that make me feel small, that make me go distant in my relationship with people? Simple example. One more thing. People are not very precise in what they say. Okay? Now, this particular person, actually, she wanted to say he is very confident and it's a commanding personality, right? But she used the word what? Authoritative, without thinking. Now, he has, again, okay, authoritative actually means good, yeah. He's an authority in his field, he will look authoritative. He's an expert in his field, he will feel. But the person who's listening, he will interpret, oh, they are saying I'm arrogant. Without clarifying. I mean, most of the time when we have misunderstanding with the other person, we will not clarify. Clarify is simple. Now you can say, oh, say something more about it. This is interesting. But we do not think it's interesting. We get upset. So suppose you are just, your approach in life is everything is just an interesting point of view. Will anything bother you? You will simply say, wow, this is interesting. Tell me more about it. So somebody said some word you have interpreted, you can make out you're interpreting in a certain way and instantly you say, all right, this is interesting that I'm interpreting in this way. Let me find out more about it. You know how many people, salespeople lose business? They lose clients because they are negatively interpreting their clients' body language, their gestures, their words, Somebody may be very interested in buying, But because now some people are very smart. They know if somebody is asking more questions, he's interested. Many of the salespeople think if somebody is asking too many questions, he's wasting my time, he's not interested.
No.
Many people do that. You are not doing, that's fine. In fact, I teach people, salespeople, I tell them, Baba, if somebody is asking questions, so good. The best thing that can happen. But you notice how people are interpreting. Yes, Gautam.
Yes, good morning to everybody.
Then Sagar after that.
Okay. Asking question means is a signal that is he is interested for the product or interested for the service.
Right. My point is not that. My point is, suppose a salesman interprets as
wrongly.
This fellow is just, doing time pass. He's not really interested. He's a troublesome customer, this, that. He will not give full attention, no? Once I went to the Sony showroom many years back in Noida. With money in my pocket, I wanted to buy a, smart TV. Okay? That sales fellow was not attending. He was just sitting and chit-chatting with someone, right? So after some time, I said, hello, we want to buy a TV, come and talk. Now I started asking questions. He was like totally indifferent. Was not answering, nothing. So I thought he may be thinking I'm another one of those time-passing customers. So I told him very clearly, I said, look here, I'm seriously here to buy this machine. And you know what he started doing? He started showing me cheaper models. What interpretation he must be having that the person is asking for Sony details from him. I want this Sony. He's showing me cheaper models. There can be many reasons. No, he may be getting better commission on other models. That can be one, right? But he had some interpretation, right? Whatever it might be. So your interpretations are going to shape your feelings. They are going to shape your moods. They are going to shape your actions also. So like Shakti and I were discussing, if we start taking defensive actions, defensive action is when we are protecting our point of view. So how do you protect your point of view? By getting into argument with people. Yeah, no, you are not correct. Or you may silently in your head be saying, these people are idiots. They don't understand anything. Simple thing I'm trying to explain, they can't understand. Okay. So how much of defending we are doing without knowing it? Or some people's defensive point of view is now, when is he's going to ask for money now? Wait and see. See, they're not listening because they're getting worried. Interpretation is, now he's going to ask for money. Like many times, that our friends who are not very well to do or something like that, and they've come to meet you and all that. So first reaction, why he's come to meet me after such a long time? What does he want now? And then very nice chit chat is going on and your mind is saying, okay, why he's not coming to the point? What does he want? Maybe the person just came to meet you, you're thinking, what does he want? I'm sure he's going to ask for money. Now that interpretation, what is it going to do to your interaction with that person? You're not going to have a very happy interaction, right? So all the time you're thinking, what does he want? Like with a lot of people you have, now something or the other he is going to say to upset me. You're waiting. I know every time I meet this person, he will say something to upset me. Yeah, so I'm not enjoying the conversation. I'm waiting, when is he going to say something to upset me? So you guys start thinking how much of drama is going on in our life because we are interpreting automatically. Positive interpretation, very good. If it makes you feel very good. You take any situation, right? Let's say that, somebody has not a very good relationship with their spouse and they get a divorce. Now you can interpret it. Some people can say, wow, I am now free. I can live my life happily, right? Another person is interpreting, oh my God, what am I going to do? See, instead of interpreting as now I'm out of the pinjara, I'm free bird now, they are interpreting it as, my good God, what will people think? What will people say? See, I know one person, very old friend of mine, the husband also very good friend of mine, both are very nice people, right? Now, unfortunately, that fellow fell in love with some girl, younger one, right? So he left his wife and he divorced her, wanting to divorce her. Right? So she says, Abhi main chhodungi nahi, I'm not going to. 9 years, she has some interpretation, whatever it is. So I used to tell her, yaar, tum 9 saal se latka rahi ho. You're not, let him go, na. No, I'll see to it. I said, you forget about him. What about you? She has a house in Canada. Okay. She can go and live there comfortably. Can't go. The court case is going on, no? 9 years. I said, why don't you get on with the business of living your life? So she's defending her point of view. No, this is wrong. He has betrayed me. I will not leave him. But what are you getting out of it if I will not leave him? Abhinav, you know that person very well. You know both of them very well.
Yeah, I know both of them very well. Yes.
And unnecessary, look, you may be punishing other person, right? But are you not punishing yourself? All because of one interpretation that you made up. See how this interpretation or point of view, whatever you may like to call it, it's a big culprit. And wonderful people. I mean, I'm telling you, both of them, they're such nice people, I respect them, I honor them. They are like, but they got one bloody kida in their brain. One worm is there called interpretation. I will not leave this person. I will never go to his house again. Blah, 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 blah. We do this. All of us do it. Some do it more, some do it less, but we do it. I mean, recently, very interesting thing happened. I was holding on to a particular judgment about one of my sons. right? So the distancing was happening. This time when I came here, I dropped the judgment, like literally. Okay, very interesting. That fellow was not going to come for a function. He came, he met, very nice. Ye wo. All I needed to do was drop a judgment. All I needed to do was drop a point of view which I was defending. When you look at it below, what am I saying? No, I am right. I know. I know this is the purpose. I know it has nothing to do with it. Defending and avoiding points of view, how much time wasting is happening. And why are we doing it? Because of our own way of interpreting things. And we are so stuck on it. Yes, Sagarji.
Sir, when we have point of view or when we have interpretation, so that point of view and the interpretation are so real for us. So if we also say that it is just a point of view, that's also a point of view. So here, so when we are having interpretation, how we cannot judge or how we can perceive things as it is without judgment.
If you know that it's only an interpretation,
yeah,
you know for sure na it's not the truth. मुझे सच्चाई नजर आ रही है, सच नहीं है. कभी तो बोलते हैं सब कुछ माया है. खुद का बनाया हुआ माया है. That's what it means. I mean, you ask yourself one simple question, Sagar boss. Why should I hold on to a point of view or an interpretation which is making me upset? Why should I hold on to it? Why should I hold on to a point of view जो मेरे रिश्ते खराब कर रहा है? Why should I hold on to a point of view which is spoiling my career? Sometimes people do that, no? Suppose you have a point of view, I am a useless fellow, मेरे बस का नहीं है कुछ भी. That's only a point of view, no?
Yes, yes.
So why would you want to hold on to a point of view which is not of any use to you? क्योंकि it is only a point of view. कोई भगवान का बोला हुआ सच तो नहीं है. It's not the truth. नहीं ना, but मैं बोल रहा हूँ truth है. तू भगवान है. But that's how we are, no? We think we are God. What I believe, what I think, that is very right. So be right here. You be right and enjoy the shitty life that you're enjoying.
Okay, okay.
Nobody's saying, no, you want to enjoy a shitty life, it's up to you. Okay, anybody else? Ladies and gentlemen, would you like to ask something? Would you like to share something? Are you beginning to see what we are doing in our life? And is it worth it? So what is it that we want? Yes, Reddy Garu?
Sir, you said about instant mood generator. What is this, sir?
We have that instant mood generator. Every day we are practicing. You forget every time. Hello. We can generate happiness right now. 1, 2, 3, go. That is our instant mood generator. No?
Okay, sir. Thank you.
In the same way, you can generate anger, you can generate whatever you want. Your feelings, you generate it. No? Why should somebody else come and generate your feelings? Huh? Okay, I think that's the right note to end today, but obviously...
Sir, not right now. I have some questions.
Oh. Bolo.
सर मेरे को पहले था कि मुझे कुछ बुरा नहीं देखना. बुरा नहीं तो जैसे कोई भी इंसान कुछ भी बिहेव करता था तो मुझे ये था कि हाँ ये सब चीजें अच्छी हैं और ये एक दो चीजें ऐसी हैं. So I was not concluding about anything, right?
Good for you.
But at the same time, I become a person like who has no boundaries, because the person who were always like hitting me or something like that. So I was I was not able to. I was always there I was again getting that kind of treatment or this thing because I never thought I never told my mind. So how to go about it? I mean कि हमारा कोई point of view ही नहीं होना चाहिए. Ideally तो मतलब
वो point of view लो ना जो आपको empower करता है. For example, I like your example because I also been struggling with this one. See, when you are having this kind of way of being like I do, then people, we don't, when somebody does something stupid or says something rude, we will not say anything.
Yeah.
Huh?
Yeah.
Well, who told you can't do that? If you don't have any interpretation about it, and you obviously know that the person is saying, you can be straight, na? मैं तो आजकल बोल देता हूँ straight. Why are you trying to be rude to me?
Wow, great, sir.
Trying to be rude to me, and if so, for what? Yesterday, I had gone for dinner. Yeah, the whole family was there and all. And somebody said something to me. Normally, I would have kept quiet, okay? Yes, I really like them all and everything, and I generally don't say anything. So I have no problem with it. I'm not upset or anything. I simply said, hello, this is not correct. You cannot say this. I said, please explain what do you mean by that? I would have not done it before. Right? Because I had a point of view, if I say like this, they will feel bad. I should not make people feel bad. I will feel bad, that is okay. माफ कर दो उनको. माफ तो मैं अब भी करता हूँ. Okay, if I am upset with them, I cannot tell this thing,
Yeah. So better to clarify.
Yeah, in a pleasant way. And if they don't hear it in a pleasant way, you can do some drama and do it in an unpleasant way also. At least, in our access, we call it, bring on the killer energy.
Wow.
Yeah, like you don't mess with me now. बहुत हो गया. I'm interpreting positive. I see you as a positive person. And just because, see, in the world, there are people वो लोगों को down कर करके जो है, उनके साथ कोई पंगा नहीं लेता है. Okay?
Yes.
Their defense mechanism. Now, people like us who are nice people, ना, बड़े इनको कुछ भी बोल दो, ये कुछ नहीं बोलेंगे, है ना? But ऐसा नहीं है, तो क्यों नहीं बोलेंगे? We will not hold it against them, but we will certainly tell them कि okay, we are not the idiot कि हमको पता नहीं है तुम क्या कर रहे हो. और अगर नहीं कर रहे हैं तो clarify कर लेंगे, बात खत्म. But what we are doing, Pooja, we are carrying in our heart, na? And at some point, where your thing was going to go is, अब सर से छोड़ दिया मैंने ना, अब लोगों में अच्छाई छोड़ देखनी. I've stopped seeing the good in people. It does not work. They take you for granted. They take advantage of you. They hit upon you. You'll swing to the other extreme. Right? So nobody said that you've got to be like a saintly person always. थप्पड़ मारोगे तो एक और मार लूं. Did I say that?
So when you actually go through so many things in spirituality and read so much, so your mind behave in a particular manner and difficult to adjust with what's going on around it. So it's better way to really clarify. Yeah.
See, if you are very clear, okay, even I am interpreting it, fine. And I get it. Because you don't know what is the intent of somebody. Okay? So yesterday when I clarified, the first defensive mechanism which came, आप मजाक भी नहीं ले सकते हो. मैंने कहा मैं बहुत अच्छी तरह से मजाक ले सकता हूँ और कर भी सकता हूँ, बट मुझे ये मजाक लगा नहीं था. मैंने कहा देखो मजाक की आड़ में ऐसे नहीं बोलना चाहिए तुमको. It is not correct. It is not true what you're saying.
Great, sir. Thank you. Thank you so much.
I mean, बोलने में क्या है? But I'm not upset, because if I'm upset, then I'll be quiet. I'll not say anything. Then I will make a more comfortable distance with that person. That I don't want. Communicate, clarify. That's what communication is for. Yeah? So you don't become anywhere.
Yeah.
I think it's time for me to again do the conflict strategies grid with you all. I'll do it in one of these sessions. Yes, Shakti ma'am.
So just a quick recall what I'm take away from this session. It's like the story which I'm creating is like a justification. It's not real, actually. It's not true. It's just a story. Okay, I'm trying to buy and sell it to the people. Just I can say this is an interesting point of view. And
Yeah.
then I think the tool which I feel that I can overcome is like live in 10-second increments.
Yeah, and even more simple is just stop judging. No? You notice, oh, this is my judgment again coming. Okay, it's my point of view. Finished.
Okay.
But otherwise, you cannot live in 10-second increments. No?
Yes.
If you're in your head all the time, no, you should have, this is not the way to talk, and how you can do like this, like this. Can you live in 10-second intervals?
No.
You cannot, no? So to live in 10-second increments, you have to be so present, no? In the moment, like totally with what's going on, not in your head. Most of us are in our head only, no? All the time judging, right, wrong, good, bad. That was good, this was good, this is not the way, my way or his way, blah, blah, blah. Where is the 10-second increment then? But very nicely summed up, I must say. Thank you so much. Thank you. And Sagar, now I think I have to ask Kuldeep ji to say the share. So you can say next time whatever you want to say. All right. Thank you very much. Kuldeep ji, can we have your share before we wind up for today? आपके शेयर के बिना हमारा सेशन अधूरा हो जाता है आजकल.
सर अधूरे पे एक बात करता हूँ. आपने वर्ड कहा अधूरा, उस पे एक बात करता हूँ कि इस अधूरी जवानी का क्या फायदा. यहाँ जवानी जो है वो सिंबॉलिक है लाइफ के. इस अधूरी जवानी का क्या फायदा, बिन कथानक कहानी का क्या फायदा.
Can you repeat the last line? वो थोड़ा कट गया था.
इस अधूरी जवानी का क्या फायदा, बिन कथानक कहानी का क्या फायदा. जिसमें धुलकर नजर भी न पावन बने, जिसमें धुलकर नजर भी न पावन बने, आंख में ऐसे पानी का क्या फायदा.
Wow, fantastic. Can you translate it also? It's too good.
This half-baked life has got no meaning. What is the benefit of half living? Without a message, there is no benefit of any story. If the water of eyes cannot make our sight pure and sacred, there is no advantage of the water in that eye.
In the eyes, tears. Beautiful. Thank you, sir. And on that note, I wish you the best possible day of your life, even better. Each and every moment, life is becoming better and better. Have fun, enjoy. God bless you. See you tomorrow. Bye-bye.
Sir, can I take 1 minute?
One minute only.
Yeah, 1 minute. So all respected people and my dear friends here, I'm pursuing masters in psychology and my research topic is moral injury, depression, and its relation to various personality type. So I request you to participate in my survey. And right now I'm preparing synopsis, but I will explain topic one day whenever sir allow me to really take few minutes. And I will request all to participate in this analysis and survey with me.
All right, certainly we will allow you. I think I will allow you 5 minutes, then you will finish in 15 minutes.
Sorry for that day, sir.
Maybe, but that was very useful. Yeah. Okay. I mean, I was so happy. Otherwise, I would have stopped you. It was so good. Thank you very much. I think it was a great contribution to everybody. Wonderful. In fact, I want you to come one day and do that, especially.
Fine,
right?
sir.
We make it a regular part of our session. I like it that much.
Fine, sir. Fine.
That was a great thing. Fantastic. Thank you very much. Happy to help you with your survey. You can put the survey in your EMC retreat and sharing group, right?
Yeah.
All right, great then. See you all tomorrow. Thank you very much. Have fun.
Thank you, sir.
Everyone.
Thank you.
Bye.
all. Have a great day.
Great day, everybody.
Thank you, sir. Thank you.
Thank you. Thank you. Thank you. Thank you. Thank you.